welcome to your Monday Memo. I hope your children have had a lovely well-booked day. I am de-skeletoned now. Next week in maths, we are looking at 3D shapes. So we're just going to start talking about the different names of shapes, their shapes, and thinking about their different properties using mathematical and not mathematical language, like pointy and faces, things like that. We are having a geography focus where we're going to use What the Ladybird Heard, which has a lovely picture of a map in it, because we're looking at maps. We're going to do some orienteering around the school grounds using some maps of the school. We're also going to ask the children to draw maps of different things, maybe their route to school, maybe they could draw a map of their bedroom. So perhaps on your way to school you could highlight some features for them and talk about what they can see on their way to school, and they could use that when they're in. We're going to have music next week, preparing for a special day which is coming up for mothers. And then we also are going to be doing RE, and we're going to be looking at different books which are special and why they're special and who they're special to, like the Quran or the Torah or the Bible. In PSHE, we are looking at being helpful and caring for our friends and caring for our classroom, how we can be helpful at home as well. So we're thinking about how can we look after those places. We're going to be recapping our Tidy Police, which we introduced a couple of weeks ago. And we're going to think about what we could do to tidy at home and what would happen if we didn't tidy up. Towards the end of the week, in maths, we'll be looking at pattern and maybe using those 3D shapes to make pattern, and we're going to print with those shapes to make the 3D shapes to make patterns as well. Our story of the week is Jim and the Beanstalk. So this week it was Jack and the Beanstalk, so next week it's Jim and the Beanstalk, where Jack goes back and makes amends with the giant in the sky. And also we're going to finish off our top quality writing, which Mrs. Joel mentioned last week, and she asked you lovely parents to send in pictures of things that they'd been doing at home. If you didn't manage to send one in, please, we'd really appreciate if you could. We find that it gives the children motivation, and it's a really good stimulus for writing. So if you haven't done that, then please do, because it would be really good and gets a really good result out of their writing, their best work. I think that's all. So thank you very much for listening, and see you next week. Bye.